A live one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
Hey everybody, happy Monday to you, and welcome to another edition of Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie KWard. My special guest tonight is international recording artist, Miss Kim Scott. She's our guest tonight. And so if you could go ahead and share the video, share the live, share all of the love. If you didn't know, April is Jazz Appreciation Month. So discover new music, discover artists, discover the jazz in you. But what I need you to do first is just to jump over to my YouTube channel. I know you have another device, a tablet, and subscribe to KWard Radio right over there. No, over there. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get all the jazzing notifications. Go back and watch some of the replays of some of these exciting and awesome guests that are also on the show, and subscribe to my website at KWardRadio.com. You all don't know how excited I am to talk to Kim Scott. Not only is she a beautiful lady, she's known for her exceptional tone, her flawless technique, and she's one of the most sought after flutists in classical and jazz music. That's why she has that it factor. And let me show you a little snippet of why Kim Scott is that it factor. Y'all, all I need is a glass of wine and sit back and listen to some Kim Scott. And if you've never seen her in concert, live and in person, you are missing a treat, y'all. I was over here jamming. So let's give a lot of love. Let's start sharing those videos and welcome Billboard charting flutist, Miss Kim Scott, to Artist Talk. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
I was over here, every time I hear your music, I was just over here jamming in my own little world. Your music, but music should make you feel good. Because when I listen to the radio all day, they don't even have to mention who that is. I said, child, that's Kim Scott.
Well, I appreciate that. Music is supposed to make you move like that and have all kind of feel-good vibes. So that's awesome.
It is. And I want to start by saying hello to my friend Castella, all my friends, Rose Lady, Edmund. Thank you all so much for stopping by on the show. Kim, even your song, I think last time I saw you, Kim, you were here in Montgomery at Jazz on the Grass. And I think out at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival. And then another time at Alabama State University when I had an event. And your song, Sweet Obsession, I was begging, like, please sing that song, play that song.
Oh, I can't do it right now. I would love to, but hey, everybody can check it out. If they come to a show, I may just do it at the next show. But I get that request a lot, actually. I'm so honored that people, have a soft spot in their heart for that song, because I do too.
Okay. I think we have a comment for you. Oh, Costella said, I so love this song.
That's awesome. Thank you, Costella. And she has a beautiful voice. So, that compliment coming from a singer is just amazing. So thank you.
Hi, Mario.
And Mario. Nice. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Costella, she's amazing. So Kim, do you like to sing a lot, or do you just prefer to play?
I much prefer to play. However, I do enjoy singing. I grew up singing in the church choir with my mom. My mother was a music educator, and she conducted choirs for years. So I had no choice as a young girl but to sing. And in fact, I stopped singing when I became an adult. I had no plans to sing at all, even after making records. And maybe somewhere after the second record or so, someone I sang at to sing more. I thought, this is okay. But the more I sang, the more I heard that, and the more I sang, the more people would say, well, you've got to record more vocals on your album as well. So it just became a thing. Now I sing every show.
Now you sing every show. Hey, Horace. He said hi, Kim and Jazzie.
Hi, Horace.
Hey,
yes. And Anita, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and I was like, oh, a beautiful lady, beautiful voice. And I think, Kim, this is your new single, Back Together Again, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show, which I'm so excited to discuss that. But I wanted to switch back just a little bit when you were talking about growing up in the church. Was that like you think your foundation for you starting in the church?
Absolutely. My grandfather was a minister. He had his own church. So everything we did was kind of tied to the church network, our family. My mother played the piano for the choir, conducted the choir. My dad sang in the choir. And we were at church all the time. I sang in the Little Angels, church choir, leading songs. And so, yeah, my roots are definitely there. Definitely there. And I have a strong faith. And,
Do you remember? I'm just going to put you on the spot. And if you don't remember, that's okay. Do you remember as a small child, maybe like your first gospel song that you had to sing maybe in the choir? Do you remember?
Oh, my mother would be so upset if I didn't get this right. I think it was called I Believe.
I Believe. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't think of the words on that. I won't even try. I believe that somewhere the raindrop should fall or something like that. I don't know, rainbows in the sky. All I know is it was my mother's go-to song, and I had to sing it every time there was a conference or some type of gathering with the church, that was the go-to.
That's it. And I
But
guess
yeah.
a lot of, African American families, I remember my grandparents lived in the country here in Alabama. And when I went to church on Sundays with my grandmother and grandfather, I don't know if this was your experience, but it's like we got to church at about 7:30, and my brothers would never go. But Kim, we were there till like 4 o'clock. And I was like, Grandma, is it this much church in the world? I don't know if it was like at your father's church. Were you all there
It was
all
my
day?
grandfather's church. We were there a lot. Now, not probably not that long, but we did open and close. But my grandfather was a Methodist preacher, so we weren't there, Baptist hours.
Yeah. There's something
But
about
we were there, yeah, quite a bit, and several days of
several days, several days.
several days, not just Wednesday and Sunday.
Right.
No,
But when I think about that now, Kim, when we were younger, a lot of times we complained about some of those things, but as we got older in our adulthood, wouldn't you say we appreciate those things now?
totally. They say hindsight is 20/20. You just have to live a little and get a little wisdom. But yeah, all the things, all the lessons that I learned in church really have served me well in my life. And I'm so grateful for those lessons and all the Bible teachings and just the relationships, that I got from, the Sunday school director, and or the Sunday school teacher and the friends that you met and the families that you were able to come across in the church. Just all of that really helps to shape your character.
Okay.
So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, I believe that too. And just moving forward, Kim, when you think about what 2020 last year, March, none of us expected what I think, which were somewhat, I hope so, out of the red a little bit. I
I
mean,
hope so.
just how have you been doing in your family just through this entire process?
We've been actually doing well. We've been really blessed by such a crazy time as this. I know for a lot of people, it was a lot of heartache, or it's still a lot of heartache. Maybe they've lost jobs or lost family members, but for my family, we were just really grateful to still be alive. We haven't lost anyone due to COVID.
Mhm.
We've gotten some promotions during
Yeah.
the pandemic. Just I wrote new music. My husband started a new platform in streaming, and God's been really good to us. So
That's a blessing.
just despite the pandemic, we've seen a lot of both.
Right. Do you think the pandemic, I always mention that it's been a blessing, it's been a curse, but it's also allowed even myself to be more innovative and thinking ahead, because a lot of people, Kim, was like, with this technology, it put them at a standstill. It's like, I don't know what to do next, and even
Yeah.
as you mentioned, your husband started, a new company, new streaming, new platform, and of course, Kim Scott did new music.
hmm hmm Yeah. I mean, we just really took a moment to reflect and think about what our strengths are,
Right.
and think about some of those dreams we have, maybe thinking about putting them into motion, having the
Right.
time to just sit and create,
Right.
instead of just being on the run and running back and forth from home to work and running errands and running with the kids. You just have that time to go, what is it that I love and what is
Right.
it that I'm good at. Because
Right.
I'm a firm believer that you are your most successful person when you're
That's
doing what you have passion for,
that's
because
true.
that's going to drive you and you're going to be your best at what you have passion for. So,
Right.
yeah, that pandemic just allowed us to really hone in on those things. And, we're starting to see the fruition. It's really exciting to see how much growth there has been in
Right.
just a year with both of our businesses.
This is, yeah. Kim, I know if you work with some of the best, from Jonathan Fritzen, James Lloyd, Jasmine Jink, Craig Manning, and many more artists. And this new single, let me tell you something. Back Together Again. It's that feel good, that vibe. Trust me, you will get out of the seat. It and this time we need this great music. So did you write this song during this time, or when did you write
I did. What's funny? I wrote it about 2 months or so into the pandemic, and I reached out to Greg. I didn't have the whole concept. I actually reached out to Greg first, and I said, I want to collaborate with you if you're willing. And he said yes, and I was so grateful. I gave him my idea first. So my idea was I want to write a song that we can release once the pandemic is either lifted or we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because I said, man, people are going to be missing their loved ones, their friends and family, and they're going to be so happy to be back together again when this thing is up. So I gave him that vision first. Greg came back to me with the chorus, and he gave me a couple of options actually, and this is the chorus that I chose. And after that, I said, okay, I'm going to write some verses. We collaborated and figured out a hook. And I came up with all the solos and everything, and it just became a beautiful collaboration. And, it brought us a lot of joy. So we were hoping that when it came out, everyone else would feel that energy and be so excited about the message behind the song and how the song makes you feel. So I'm glad to hear you say that you just, you feel inspired and love to move when you hear it.
And I'm so excited to even play it for our viewers tonight. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with a little bit more up close and personal conversation with our special guest tonight, international recording artist Kim Scott. And we're going to check out this amazing video. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Jazzie KWard. Artist Talk.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show Artist Talk. I'm talking with #1 Billboard charting flutist, Miss Kim Scott, and we're talking about this smashing #1 Billboard hit, Back Together Again. And Kim, before we play the video, when you think about the song Back Together Again, what does the song do for you?
What does the song do for me? You know what? I think for me, it's just love. I think of love and inspiration and hope. It's just got such an infectious melody. I think it's catchy. And then to have that infectious melody with this slam and groove, it's just it's like the perfect marriage. So to be honest, every time it comes on, I get excited. And I'm like, I've heard this song, way more than the world has, because I lived with it for almost 8 months or whatnot. But it's a great song when it just continues to make you feel good. Like every time you hear it, it's not stale. Right. It's just a fresh spirit, that's in there. Just get your life.
Yeah, get your life, I tell you.
Yes.
So everybody, without further ado, this is Kim Scott's latest release, Back Together Again. Let's go. I tell you, that song gives me life. It has so much color. It has so many spices and flavors in it.
Oh,
You know, music that makes you feel good. Kim, thank you
it's
for
supposed to.
back together again. And during this time, we need great music and artists like yourself. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I have to do my part. God gives us talents to share, to make the world better. So
That's
have to keep writing songs like Back Together Again. I wanted to give a shout out to all the people that actually submitted pictures for this
okay.
video. When I put the concept out there, I said, you know what, I got to have pictures of these families getting back together again, these friends. And,
Oh, yeah.
so many people that I really didn't know, some that I did, really, were willing to share their view photos. So shouts out to them. Shouts out to Greg Manning for co-writing that tune with me and being so awesome to work with. And shout out to my team,
Yeah.
my husband, my management team, Intervision Records, Sundial Media Agency. I just have such a great team to work with. My band is amazing. I'm a
Yeah.
blessed lady.
Oh,
I do
that's
realize that.
yeah. Shout out to the team and everyone. You know, Kim, this is definitely one of those songs that is definitely going to be at the summer family reunions, whether virtual, you guys
Okay.
are in person, right? And again, I tell people, if you don't know Kim Scott, shame on you for not knowing Kim Scott. Okay. So everyone on this live tonight, make sure you go over to kimscottmusic.com and hey, download the song, purchase the song. And Kim, you have what? This is 4 albums for you?
Yeah, my fifth album's coming out in 2022. Very excited.
Very excited about that. And you know,
Yeah.
this may be a hard question to answer, but out of all the projects you've done, like which one is like the dearest to you? Do you
All
have
of them.
all of them?
All of them.
Right.
I tell you what, I get this question sometimes, and people really think I'm going to choose an answer. But here's what's interesting.
Mhm.
When you are an artist, you should never stop growing, right?
That's true.
Like you never arrive.
Mhm.
At least you shouldn't think you have arrived. So for me, it's always interesting to see how each album evolves because each one has a different personality. Each
Mhm.
one showcases a unique strength or a more developed strength, I think.
Mhm.
And so I enjoy every album because it takes me, back to the memory of making that album.
Mhm.
It just, I don't know. I don't have a favorite. They're all my favorites.
Oh, yeah. All of them. See, so I gotta tell everybody, go to kimscottmusic.com and just buy all of them. Just download and buy. Hey,
Why not? I mean, we have bundles on the
yeah.
website. You can get them all. You can mix and match. But I will say, with the most recent album, Free to Be, it was, I would say, my landmark album because I got my first number ones on there. My first Billboard number ones came from that project. So I think that's a milestone for sure.
That's right.
That I'm really grateful for.
Well, let me ask you this, Kim. How did you and Jonathan Fritzen link up off of that project?
Well, I called him up. I mean,
Okay.
or dialed him up. He lives in Sweden. So
Right.
I met Jonathan years ago. I think after my first album was released, he came to Birmingham, he and Vincent Ingala to do a show. And I
Mhm.
think I was hosting that event and maybe introduced them. But I said to Jonathan then, I said, look, we need to work together at some point. I would love to. I think you're an amazing pianist and writer. And he was like, sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, when I came up with the concept of the Free to Be album, I knew immediately that I was going to reach out to Jonathan, and he,
Mhm.
was a man of his word. He was like, "Let's do it,"
Let's
and it
do it.
was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Yeah,
So
awesome.
shouts out to Jonathan.
Yeah. Rose Lady said this is going to be a hot one for the summer. Gonna hear it at the parks, the passing drivers, and the family gatherings.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Most definitely. So also Kim, like, well, who were some of your uh, artists that you looked up to and admired as you were growing up in the business?
Well, I admired a lot of different artists because my background is classical music. So I have, those that I love from Jean-Pierre Rampal to organizations like the Boston Pops.
Yeah.
But as far as jazz, I love Noel Pointer. I love Hubert Laws, of course.
Yeah.
In the flute world, Dave Valentine was one of my idols. I love, love, love Dave Valentine. George Duke,
Oh, yeah.
and I love the big band sounds, I mean, I love Dizzy Gillespie and all. I love it. I'm what they call a real music geek. Okay. I've known since I was very, very young that I was going to be a musician. And that was all I ever wanted to do, So the fact that I was able to study at a very young age, that my parents supported what I wanted to do, and that I'm able to walk out that dream it's amazing. And sometimes I'm like, I can't believe this is my life. I get to get up and play the flute, for a living, and make money. It really has always been a dream of mine. So,
Oh, yeah. That's
but
and
I draw
also
strengths from all kinds of areas.
awesome. Yeah, I knew your background was also in classical. Rose Lady said, any plans of music with Athea Renee and Alexander? I'm not sure who Alexander.
Alexander.
I don't know.
Who, Joey Alexander? Is that
What
what you
is
mean, maybe? You know what? I don't want to give it away,
okay?
okay? But keep an ear out. I'll just
Okay.
say that. The new album's going to have lots of surprises. And it wouldn't be a surprise if I spill the beans, but it's going to be exciting. I've got quite a few collaborations. I've written some more music. I'll be singing more.
Okay.
And you know what? She won't have to wait very long. I'll say that.
Okay. You
Within maybe 6 months, you'll be hip to what's going on.
okay. All right. You heard it, Rose Lady. Alexander Zoni. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name.
Zoe
Uh,
Alexander. Oh, Alexander Zonjic. Yeah, Zonjic. Hey, Detroit house. Both of those flutists are from Detroit, and I have so much respect for both of them. So yeah, we'll see.
You'll see. Just keep watching out for Kim Scott,
Keep
y'all.
looking out.
Tootie Malone,
Yeah.
Michael Lyles, they all said
Oh.
hello. And I know, Kim, it's probably kind of hard to say with so much going on. Can you share with us any other things you have? Do you have any concerts that you're performing at
Oh
virtually?
my goodness. Yes, I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I've got a virtual show coming up, but it's private. But I do have, actually, not to say who it is. So I'm playing for the Sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. They're doing a conference this weekend. It's for the sorority, but I'm doing that. I'm really excited about that one. But I've got on April 29th, I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in that area, everybody come on out. Bring your friends, bring your family. That's April 29th. You can go to stjamesatl.com for tickets. But also, I will be in Birmingham at the Perfect Note Father's Day weekend.
Oh,
Those
wow.
tickets will go on sale soon. So, hey, make plans for your dad. Bring him out, show him some love. I'll also be at the Barbados Jazz Excursion in October. So if you guys like to hop on a plane and meet me on that island, we can do that in October. Uh-huh. I've got Kentucky coming up. I've got Jazz on the Green in Bradford, Connecticut. I've got Catalina Island Jazz Track Festival in California. But people can visit my website. I know you put it up there, kimscottmusic.com, to find out all the information about shows. And they can also follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it. The Twitter handle, the handle is the same. So it's K Scott Flute.
K Scott Flute.
So I'd love for people to join me there.
All you have to do is Google Kim Scott. And I told you, if you don't know Kim Scott, shame on you for not knowing Kim Scott. So she's a beautiful spirit. She's a beautiful lady. She's an amazing artist. And, Kim, also wanted to mention your connection with the Jazz and Pink group. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I love my Jazz and Pink girls. So I have been playing with them for several years now. Oh my goodness. I guess since my second album, and that was 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I got a call from a couple of the members, and they said, "Hey, we know about you, and we'd love for you to come play with us sometime." And
Mm-hmm.
I guess I did my first show with them. I think it was the Capitol Jazz Fest.
Okay.
But after that, we hit the road. We did a lot of shows together, and I look forward to playing with them again. Of course, nobody's really doing anything,
Right.
not much right now. But shouts out to Gail Johnson and Karen Briggs and Robin Bramlett,
Mhm.
Maria Antoinette, all the girls.
All right. And you can, if you
Love them.
can't catch Kim and her awesome music, also Kim Scott's Block Radio Party.
Block Party Radio Show.
That's what a radio show. Awesome stuff.
Yes, that we call it the hottest jazz party on the airwaves. So, so yeah, the show is syndicated. We've been blessed to be in like over 30 markets, I think now. So you can hear it whatever side of the country you're in, and we're also playing in London now. We've been picked up on Soul Music Radio. So you can check out my website as well and hit the Block Party Radio tab. It'll show you where all the stations are and see if there's a city in your or a station in your city or state that you can listen to. And there's a ton of internet radio stations that carry the show as well. But it's a 2-hour show. We have a blast featuring some of the the top tier and the independents that you don't know about that you should know about. So it's a hot show. It's a hot show. Thank you.
Hot show. Kim, I've had just an amazing time talking with you about, your career, your great music. And again, everyone, you can support Kim as always by going to her website at kimscottmusic.com. And, Kim, I know you've been in this music game for a long time, and just other artists watching you, wanting to get in this business, in the same craft. Any advice you can give those artists, or what's the best advice that you've been given that you can share?
Well, one of the pieces of advice I said earlier, and that was, do what makes you happy and that you have what you have passion for. Okay, give it your all. Have a great work ethic. But one thing I would love to tell other artists is to do your homework.
Oh, yeah.
It goes so far beyond having a good product or a great product even. A lot of really amazing artists have a great product and they haven't done their homework to know how the market is, what the market is, and what it takes to actually promote an album. The hardest part of being an artist and making music is actually promoting the record. It's not making the music. So yeah, do your homework. Read some good books like Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business. You can start there. And from everything about contracts to royalties, you need to know how to get paid for your music because we spend a lot of money making these records. You should at least recoup what you spent, making it, but you should definitely be paid for your spins and paid for when other people play your music in their shows even. And yeah, there's just a lot of things that I think we as artists need to know in order to be a well-rounded musician that is paid for their hard work.
Paid for her. Well, thank you so much for Kim for sharing that. And as always, would you come back, when the new music comes out, come back on Artist Talk and talk to us about that?
I would love to. I would love to. Thank you for having me. And yes, you can, let us know. But we'll get back on the show and talk it up and, let you do your dance moves and all.
And all that stuff. Hopefully, I can make the show at St. James. I love that place. It's a great
yeah, come on out. Great place, great food, great atmosphere.
Yeah, and the perfect note too. I love the perfect note.
Absolutely. Shout out to the owners of the group are just of the venue are amazing. Tremaine and Karen. So just love them.
That's right. All right, Kim Scott. Again, as always, thank you. You have my support. With the great music back together again, I will be playing it on the airwaves, and continued blessings to you and your family. Thank
you. Same to you. And thanks again, everybody, for all the support.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, everybody. Another great conversation with international recording artist and flutist, Miss Kim Scott. Thank you so much for the comments of the show, everyone. But don't forget to go over to KWard Radio, over there. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can catch all the amazing interviews that we have on the show. Log on to KWardRadio.com, the website. Check out some great content that's coming up and subscribe as well. And for any artists that would like to be featured on the show, all of my contact information is there. Just hit me up, and I'd be glad to take a listen at your great work. And any monetary values you want to support the show, my PayPal information is listed there as well. As always, join me each and every Saturday on WVAS FM 90.7 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Also, the show, of course, Artist Talk is coming on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on 90.7 WVAS. We're going to have some great radio interviews with some amazing artists as well. And don't forget, April is Jazz Appreciation Month. Discover new music, discover new artists, and discover the jazz in you. I look forward to being back with you on Thursday night with another special guest. But I'm going to leave you in the good hands with some fabulous music from Miss Kim Scott. We'll see you next time.
live one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya.